The worst stuff to plow.
If you get it early, you're all set, but then you gotta plow it twice because you gotta deal with the second. We're just cleaning up the slosh, or whatever you want to call
Well,
it.
you can't back drag it either. That's the
No.
thing. It's like cement.
Yep.
I don't think we've had one storm that
Let's
had
turn
good
the
powder,
cameras
have we?
on.
No.
Not one.
It may have started off that way, but didn't
It's a lot harder on equipment when it's like that.
it? Yesterday's snow flurries were powdery.
No, that's about it.
That's all you got.
Notarize that stuff.
Yeah. I think I remember that Chris asked me like a week and a half ago.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Chris,
I did.
is there is there any way we can get a list together of some of the troubled areas that are collecting water on the state aid roads? Because I mean, out here is just terrible. There's another spot over by your house that's bad, and it just doesn't seem they're fulfilling their end of the bargain for ditching and culverts and stuff.
I agree.
Could we do a recommendation letter from the selectmen to them, just so maybe they take us a little more seriously?
Yeah.
Thanks.
How many hours?
Putting cones out in the road doesn't, and closing down a lane doesn't really cut it in my book.
Yeah.
When you've got ice and everything else to deal with already. I can give you a list of those areas too.
I think I already know them.
Well, I'll give you the poll numbers because that's how they usually
Yeah.
refer to stuff, by the telephone poll. So. It was bad by your house the other day. I slid coming down that hill.
Hello.
I'm going to call the Tuesday, February 19th Board of Selectmen meeting to order. We have Selectman Howdy Goodwin, Mike Mansalilli, Mackenzie Jewett, Jamie Thurlow, myself, Kevin Buck, Town Manager Chris Saunders, Town Clerk Katie Danduran, members of the press and public. Adoption of the agenda. Does anyone have any changes? We've been asked to add one item for the library, which we'll put in as item J, I guess, item I. And for library lighting, unless anyone has any objections. Okay, first, we have a public hearing for Seal Cove Auto Museum liquor license. Speakeasies you do every year?
Yes.
Nothing
So
new,
this
no
is
change.
this is my first meeting on behalf of this, so I don't really know if you to present anything or.
We got the paperwork. Does anyone have any questions?
This is our fifth year doing it, so we'll have the same fare we've always had.
Looks like you have some good cocktails. I saw that on social media.
Yes, yeah, they're available at 6, so I get them ahead of time.
Okay.
I don't see any
Comments?
I don't see any problem with it.
Okay. You got that set up, Christine, I will approve it now and do separate public hearings.
No, you
Just
can
go all-
approve it now, but since we are being recorded, I recommend formally opening and closing the public
That's right.
hearing.
We'll open the public hearing at 6:01. Does anyone have any comments? Okay, hearing none, we'll close it at 6:01. And we have a public hearing for Seal Cove Auto Museum for a Game of Chance license. And again, this public hearing on that must be 6:02. We'll open it. You have two of them here? Is that correct? Or maybe I just have two copies.
No, there's two.
Different games.
Yes, we have, the charity blackjack table, and we also have a wheel of chance, which is one wheel. So a total of 4 games.
Yeah, I thought it had something different.
Yeah, the motion has both of those in it.
Okay. Okay. Anyone have any questions or comments? Okay. 6:03, we'll close public hearing. Okay, let's start over there. Okay. Yeah, we can make them. I don't want to make the motions right now.
I'll make a motion to approve the request of the Seal Cove Auto Museum for a state special event liquor license for its Speakeasy fundraiser to be held on March 9th, 2019, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the museum.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request of the Seal Cove Auto Museum for a state special event liquor license for a Speakeasy fundraiser to be held Saturday, March 9th, 2019, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the museum. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I'll make a motion to approve the request of the Seal Cove Auto Museum for a state game of chance license for blackjack and Wheel of Fortune games to be played at their Speakeasy charity fundraiser on March 9th, 2019, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request of the Seal Cove Auto Museum for a state game of chance license for blackjack and Wheel of Fortune games to be played at their Speakeasy charity fundraiser on March 9th, 2019, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Any discussion? All those in favor? That was it.
Sounds like fun.
it does,
I never have, but I should.
I've been thinking about it for years. I'm like, geez, that would be fun.
Okay, approval of minutes. We have the minutes from February 4th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of Monday, February 4th, 2019.
Second,
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of Monday, February 4th, 2019. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, approval of warrants.
I make a motion to approve warrants
I
87.
gotta read them first.
Oh, okay.
Just had to find the list. We have warrant 87 for $10,912.50. Warrant 88 for $12,569.89. Warrant 89 for $230. Warrant 90 for $10,932.36. And warrant 91 for $99,843.16.
Didn't we take 88 out?
Yep, so I was gonna mention that in the
Okay,
discussion.
okay.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve warrants 87, 90, and 91.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve warrants 87, 90, and 91. Any discussion? All those in favor?
So 88, we're not approving?
So 88 is the agenda item that was just added as
Okay.
I.
So we're
And
skipping that for
So
now?
skip that one for now, and then there's the one that Howdy didn't include because it's paying himself.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve warrant 89.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve warrant 89. Any discussion? Where'd you plow, Howdy?
The library.
Okay.
Pacific Hall.
What's that?
Pacific Hall,
Okay.
where the new library, where the
Yeah,
library
okay.
is temporarily now.
All those in favor? and 88 we'll deal with later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, financial reports.
So I can be super quick with this. There really hasn't been very much activity in the last few months, or last month. The only additions that I want, or notes that I made that I wanted to bring out, I haven't mentioned here, is that just to talk a little bit about the MMA risk pool dividend that we received. The money that we pay into the MMA risk pool just sits in an investment account, and if the pool does well, their investments do well, and they don't have to pay out a huge number of claims, then we get dividends back. So our dividend back was $547. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was the Seal Cove Fund, because that one is running at a deficit. Its year-to-date revenues are $5,200, expenses are $6,863. So it's got a deficit of about $1,600. It did have a fund balance of about $6,700 coming into the year, so we can absorb that. But I'm trying to be mindful of expenses to the Seal Cove Fund for that reason. But if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay. Thanks. You want anything? Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept the July 2018 through January 2019 financial reports as presented by the town manager.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the July 2018 through January 2019 financial reports as presented by the town manager. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, regular business. Thurston's liquor license application. Same things every year. No complaints up there, so.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yes? I'll make a motion to approve the application of Thurston's Lobster Pound located at 9 Thurston Road for a state on-premises restaurant liquor license.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the application of Thurston's Lobster Pound located at 9 Thurston Road for a state on-premise restaurant liquor license. Any discussion? All those in favor? Plastic bag ordinance. Looks on.
So I had hoped to be able to share with you some attorney's feedback. The attorney did not get back to me, and so I don't have that feedback. I'm not really expecting anything. But if there is something significant, then I'll let you know.
So we can just do it contingent on, we can vote on it contingent on,
You don't even have to vote on anything right now unless you want to amend it in any way. I mentioned in the memo the question about biodegradable bags. That was just a question at a previous meeting. Would this mean that you could not use biodegradable bags? And that's correct. You could not get around this ordinance by claiming that your bags are biodegradable. The reason for that is that even if there are biodegradable, well, there's a few reasons for it. One is just to keep our ordinance aligned with the other ordinances being adopted by the other 3 towns on the island. None of the others that have been proposed so far or passed have had that exemption. And then the second reason is that even if you do have, quote, biodegradable bags, they don't break down unless you have an industrial composter, which there isn't one locally. So it wouldn't really accomplish much.
does, actually, never mind, I think I figured it. That's my own question. Okay. I'm okay with it as it's written, I guess. But
Yeah. Okay. Next item, polystyrene ordinance.
Same thing.
Same thing? We'll get
No,
it.
no feedback yet from me
Yeah.
from an attorney. So
Yeah.
if I hear attorney's feedback, it is substantive, then I'll bring it back to you. But if not, I don't think I will bring this back until it's time to get the approval to go on the warrant.
Yeah, sounds fine. Yeah, I doubt he's gonna. No one's got anything to add on that one?
So with meat trays, how are they gonna, I guess, something like if they had meat, how are they gonna do that?
I believe that one is. Well, I think Jill might have an answer for that. Go for it.
There is an exemption in this same ordinance that's been.
Because I'm reading polystyrene foam and then it says meat trays and egg cartons.
Right, here's the one.
That's on Article 2,
Yeah,
column C.
but then if you go down to exemptions, it says, it's number 5B. It says uncooked meat and seafood may be sold in polystyrene foam food service containers.
Okay.
We don't, I don't think that's a great idea, just because I know that when you put food that has fat. in it,
Bacteria.
well, food that has fat in it on styrofoam, it actually leaches, the styrene chemicals leach into it, and they are on the list of probable carcinogen. So it's not great, but I think the exemption's in there because a lot of times people buy the meat or the seafood from somewhere else and it's already.
And this would include like warm meals too. This includes warm meals, a ban on,
Yeah, this, it would, you wouldn't be able to use styrofoam for takeout containers.
Jill, can you say where you see that again? Because I'm looking at my draft.
Yeah, I was almost
So
gonna say.
5 says exemptions,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking at one that Carrie had sent me a long time ago, so maybe that was taken out. I have 5B.
That is not what R5B has.
Okay, what is the 5B?
It is. It's not really relevant. It's
Okay. So that may have been taken out, because of the reason I've been talking about is that it is actually a health problem to package meat and seafood on styrofoam. So that may, the one I'm looking at was an earlier draft of this.
okay.
So I know there is an exemption about things that are pre-packed. isn't there?
Yep, we do have that prepackaged exemption.
Prepackaged in polystyrene foam food service containers outside the town of Tremont. Those items can be sold without repackaging. Nobody would have to repackage anything, so that would be a waste.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Okay, public hearing scheduled on that, so. At some
Yeah,
point we're going to.
April 16th, I think.
I thought we said that.
Yeah.
What is it? April
16th.
16th?
Okay, no one's got anything else? Okay, next item. Electric vehicle charging stations.
Letter D.
Between.
Oh, sorry, I missed one. The easement for a solar array. I think we all saw it, but anyway, Amira had some problems. The document they prepared before didn't have a proper line on it for the registry of deeds to record it down. So we just need to sign the modified version. No changes, just paperwork.
Make a motion to sign an easement for Amera to access and maintain a utility line on town property.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign an easement for Amira to access and maintain a utility line on town property. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Can I vote? Even though I'm going to sign it? I'm going to notarize it in my life.
Yeah, you can go.
Jump the gun. Okay. Item D, electric vehicle charging stations. Okay, we're going to discuss locations. Probably right, you know, 2 of them right now might be overkill.
Mm-hmm.
What,
And I don't know quite how we do it, but I was thinking Murphy Lot, I know we talked about that, since that's a Island Explorer bus stop, it would make sense to have it there, but I don't think there's any easy way to place one there. But that's one that would make as much sense to me as anywhere.
so who's paying for the unit?
So the installation for both of them would not be any cost to the town. If we do the Sundog one, it would be paid for by Sundog. And if we do the A Climate to Thrive one, they have a grant that's paying for the installation.
Okay.
Who pays
And-
for the power?
That would be a town expense.
Can we do it? Can we do it so that people pay for it?
You can. I'm not totally sure. Well, if you set it up to have it to take a credit card expense, it costs $500 a year for that machine to be networked in. And so I don't know, but I don't think you'd make $500 a year off of the electricity. So it would almost cost
So-
you more to charge than for it to be free,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
And he
I mean,
gets
I think it's great to have them around, but we've got one in Southwest Harbor, 2 of them in Southwest Harbor. I
don't think we should get into it myself.
mean, it's
Do
just
they
one
get
more thing we
used
gotta
in Southwest?
maintain. I actually talked to one of the police officers over there because I was curious.
Yeah.
And because I think it's a great idea if it works. He's like, we got one person that lives in the old Walls Coal building that has an electric car. It's convenient for them because they park there, and it's 2-hour parking unless you're charging your vehicle. Then you can park there as long as you want. So they park there every night and plug in. But he said, other than that, he hasn't seen anybody use it all summer.
I don't really care.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but I just,
Well, we've got one provided as part of the array. I think we ought to try it, see if it gets used. If it doesn't get used, not gonna cost anything.
I think it's fine as long as we're charging for it.
But I don't want to cough up $500 if nobody uses it, then we're stuck
Right.
paying for
I
that.
don't think there's gonna be enough electricity used. It's gonna make much difference. It'd be nice to see.
Let's give it a whirl.
Just a question, would it be metered? Would you know how much
Well, that's,
electricity goes through it over the course of?
they're more expensive installations, and that's the one that's got the $500 a year. But,
So that's the only way you can tell.
yeah.
Well, you could just look
Oh,
at the
you can-
Emera bill. I don't know if it would
Probably
be.
you can tell
a
it just from,
That's the question. I don't know if it would be a separate meter,
Yeah.
or if it would be if you had it placed here, would it just be lumped in with the rest of the building?
so the solar array can't cover the electric for it.
Well,
It will.
yeah.
But the town still has to foot the bill initially, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Well, we'll get the bill on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get the bill.
It'll be used against the array.
Where are other options to
used
put it?
against it, right?
Anywhere in town. I mean, we discussed the town office, but people don't tend to sit here long enough to charge.
We'll just have to pay for the electrician to hook it up, and that's
No,
We wouldn't even
no,
have to do that.
not even that.
It's part of the contract on the solar array. Actually, either one would cost us an installation.
What if we tried it for a period of time without charging, just because of the setup fee? That's the only thing I'm thinking is that initial setup fee, and then see what it does, see how many people use it, if it's used much, and then that way we have some feedback to see
That's what I was
which option looks better for the
And should
future.
we, the other thing is, if it's in an area, should we limit it for, I don't know, I'm saying for snow removal or, no overnight parking during a snowstorm? Should we limit the time they can be on it? That's something we gotta look at if we're gonna have it in a public place, I think. I mean, the summer, it's not gonna matter, but
My gut feeling is let's try it and see what we need to do, regulate it if we need to.
Where do you think? What were you thinking? when
I
the-
think that Murphy law
Murphy
makes as
law,
much
yeah.
sense as anything. I think it's gonna see more use in the summer anyway. But, I mean, that's where people would tend to park longer time.
Yeah, if it's gonna cost us nothing, they hook it up and
$2
then,
electricity a month.
yeah, and then see
Then we
if
should
it,
try. We should
if
give it a
it
whirl.
starts to cost money, then we can see how much it's used, I guess. That's
And
the
can
only
we-
way I would be for it.
Can we get it in before summer?
I
I expect so.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't talked with Sundock specifically about it. And probably wait, wait on Climate to Thrive, I guess, see how this goes. We haven't got a lot of businesses that's gonna draw draw traffic to it right now, so let's Thurston's was one.
Well, we want to put one in.
You can put one in. Yeah. You think?
I
you-
want to, I don't think Derek's crazy about
Yeah.
it. I write the check. So.
Yeah, there you go.
If they're gonna put one in town, it'd be enough, wouldn't it?
Is yours gonna be,
Think that.
is yours gonna be pay or free?
Oh, just free. What are Thursdays?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I go-
If they're gonna
That's
put
where
it
most
somewhere.
people.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, they're sitting there for several hours,
Yeah.
or an hour, so.
Yeah. Buy next
Nobody's
year.
gonna park there overnight.
Yeah.
It does have to
How
be
they
on,
gonna
it
get back to their hotel, so.
has to be on public property. So we couldn't put it on your property because that's not
Well,
public
if Dean
property.
were here, he'd say you could do it in a domain. Just saying.
We can do that?
Well, Dean does.
Okay, I think let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, I think so. Let's try it.
So what's the Murphy lot you're talking about?
The one by the school, the dirt lot, the school.
Oh,
uses.
okay.
That's where the Island Explorer, that's one of their stops, so it makes sense to put it there to me anyway.
Barnard, something you can plug in. and Go into the show.
I know, what if we, I'm just trying to think of
I-
location, I never,
I do think that we should think about, I mean, I'm for it, but I think we should think about how long we're gonna let somebody park there. And if we're gonna let them park there at night during a snowstorm. Because I tell you, one thing, there's nothing worse than plowing around vehicles in a parking lot.
I agree. I mean, if there's a snowstorm, we need to have some kind of a.
They should have some sort of signage there.
3-hour parking, does that sound good?
They should be able to charge in that, shouldn't they?
To charge
I
a
know.
car?
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
3 to 4 hours, okay, 4 hours.
4-hour parking and no overnight parking from November to the end of March or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good.
I don't think you're gonna get a lot of traffic that time of year anyway.
I doubt it.
Did you already say how long it takes to charge on that one?
About 3 to 4 hours.
Yes. Hard for me to imagine that people will be leaving their cars overnight.
No, probably not. They may be on the bus that long anymore, so that would make sense. Especially if they go to Bar Harbor and get a weight transfer and all that. So,
To me, the advantage that I see at that location is if it's an incentive for a teacher to
Yeah, that's true.
get a car, electric car.
Did it work for hybrids as well, the plug-in hybrids?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we got all the free power.
So
So
I'll just
we're
come
going
pick
to
up
don't
the sign.
Check cost.
Thanks. Good night, guys.
So do we want to do it through Sundog or Climate to Thrive? Sundog?
I'm confused.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. One's more expensive than the other, right?
Sometimes not approved yet anyway, so, I mean, Climate to Thrive, I don't.
Yeah, I think you have a sure path to actually getting it if you go through Sundog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. they've
What's
already-
the benefit to them?
It just
It was
offered
a
it as
sweetener
part
on
of
the
their.
contract.
Huh?
It was a sweetener on the contract.
It was part of the array contract, is what Kevin said, the original
Right.
array.
Oh, yeah, for us, basically. Okay. Yeah, I say go ahead with it.
I'll make a motion to authorize the town manager to plan for the installation, you decided one, right, charging station?
Yeah.
Through Sundog.
Took the Murphy line.
Do I need to make two separate motions?
I have
You
a
got it
second motion,
separate.
but you can combine them into one.
Okay,
motion if you want.
at and to be installed at the Murphy lot.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to plan for the installation of one charging station through Sundog Solar at the Murphy lot. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I'll be out of here soon.
Okay, item F, pace ordinance. This is modified, the pace ordinance, that's property access clean energy ordinance. People can get a loan through efficiency gain for weatherproofing or energy improvements in the house. So, hybrid hot water tanks, that type of thing. Yeah, looks good to me.
This, excuse me, this is not gonna force people into doing this. This is just an option for.
Yep.
I actually looked into this today with another town in Southern Maine that's doing it, and I guess it's working pretty well for them, so,
Yeah,
from what I could see. They had an article on it.
Most of the towns in the
I
state.
think it was Kennebunk.
You just need to approve the ordinance for residents to qualify for the loan.
Yeah, but the only feedback that our attorney had on it is that if you read through it, it does say that the town has certain administrative responsibilities. But in all of the correspondence that I've had with them, they've said, don't worry, you don't actually have these administrative responsibilities. So it's just a matter of getting in writing from them. You know, you won't have to be responsible for collecting funds from borrowers.
I
That sort of thing.
I think I was told, most you have to worry about is making sure there's some pamphlets available.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Try to-
pretty
try to
normal.
Point toward people
So-
towards the program.
So I'm just focused on getting in writing that the parts in here that say you'll have to do this, we won't actually have to do. And if I have that in writing, then I'm satisfied.
I'll make a motion to place the PACE ordinance before voters as a open vote is what we're gonna do.
I'll second that.
So moved and seconded to place the PACE ordinance before the voters as an open vote. Any discussion? All those in favor? Item G, Hillrest Cemetery. We got more lots. These,
I make a motion to authorize the town manager to sell lots C3 and C5 in the Hillrest Cemetery to Gary Farley and Dana Farley for the amount of $500.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to sell lots C3 and C5 in the Hillrest Cemetery to Gary M. Farley and Dana L. Farley for the amount of $500. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Make a motion to authorize the town manager to sell lots C10, 11, 12, and 13 in Hillrest Cemetery to Mike DeVim, Kathy DeVim, and Ryan DeVim.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to sell lots C10, C11, C12, and C13 in the Hillrest Cemetery to Michael DeVim, Kathy DeVim, and Ryan DeVim. Any discussion? All those in favor? Item H, tax acquired property. This is the only one we've got to deal with at this point.
Correct.
We tabled this at the last meeting. until we had a full
Yeah.
board.
I don't have any strong feelings on the way they have them out there.
What do you guys think?
It's, I mean, I don't think it's a lot of money yet. I mean, people go through hard times. I just, I don't know.
Have you had any contact from them at all?
So I've sent a letter, they've received their normal notices, per the tax law. But, the last letter that says, please pay within, or call and set up a payment arrangement, there's been no response from. I didn't get it back returned in the mail, so safe to assume they received it. So, I don't know if anybody anyone of you wants to put some feelers out there,
You know, Chris could find a contact number or something, maybe just so we
or,
could
like, I don't have a
talk
phone number on
and
file or anything.
Yeah.
so.
see if there's any way to work out any sort of a payment arrangement.
Did you try certified? Was it lip
So
certified?
all, like the lien notices and the pre-foreclosure notice, all those are required by tax law to go out certified. So they did receive those letters. I do have the return receipt signed.
They did
Okay.
sign for them. Yeah, okay. They're just.
So then, no, this is coming then.
I assume.
Do they get notice of like a meeting when something like this happens? I mean,
No, I mean, other than mailing address, that's all I have on file.
You're stop, is there such thing as stopping by? Or, I don't
They're
know.
not local, right?
I'm sorry?
They're not.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they live in town.
Yeah.
They are year-round
Yeah, they're
residents.
Yeah.
At this house still,
As far as
is
I'm aware.
what we think, yeah.
I can try to find a phone number, maybe. You guys could try to call them yourselves
Yeah.
first.
I'd be happy to make the
Doesn't
call.
bother me.
Okay,
I think that,
Yeah.
I'll see if I'll work on that between now and the next meeting to try to find a phone number.
Sounds good.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah, why don't we table it then?
Yep.
Okay. Item I, the library's light. You wanna fill us in, Mike? We got your letter, so.
Okay, probably something else that you doesn't, I guess. As we hired a lighting designer to help make sure that we had the right kind of lights and controls and everything. And she, said that she would be more than happy to use her accounts with distributors and just pass through all of the fixtures and controls that we wanted. We knew it was gonna be a pretty good deal. And we've gone through and made some final changes to the list, which Chris has now. So that wasn't done until the day I got a call from her saying her distributor is gonna probably get a 10 to 15% price increase on the materials on March 1st. And because she's paying for it personally through her business, we need to get her a check. So we're asking to waive the competitive bidding process so we can get her a check. I feel like it's a really good deal because when we did have estimates from both Steve Stanley and Reed for the cost of the lighting fixtures, they both came in around the $19,000 mark. We're able to get these for $12,569. So we'd like to go ahead and do this. But we need your authorization to do it and approval of the warrant itself.
I don't see any issue with it.
Yeah.
I think it makes
You're
sense.
You're saving, it's good, save as much as you can.
Yeah, really.
That's great.
Sounds good. Probably had to make a motion, huh?
Yeah, just waive the purchasing policy.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion to waive the town purchasing policy for the Bass Harbor Library's purchase of lighting fixtures.
Should we put the amount in there for the amount of,
What could put for the amount of $12,569.89.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to waive regular purchasing policy for the library lighting in the amount of $12,569.89. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Town manager's report. I'm betting this is gonna be shorter.
I'm gonna try. Let me just catch up on my own notes.
You're not gonna tell us about your vacation.
I will not tell you about my vacation. There's nothing to tell. I sat on a beach. I will, however, pass the signature folder down, and there's a bunch of stuff in here, so if the meeting ends and you haven't signed yet, please stay, because we need to make sure we get these signatures done. All right, so major emphasis of the last 2 weeks. I attended a town meeting and election law training up in Orono. And we've also ordered a new recycling sign and are preparing for the rollout of the new system effective March 1st. GOTS has confirmed that they are planning on that Friday to be here switching out dumpsters. So we should be live. Some minor projects of interest. I received finally an estimate from a builder for the Harbor Master Garage. It was $53,000. But this is for a much smaller footprint from what we've been describing most recently. And so it should go up. It also doesn't include the second bathroom that has been discussed, and it doesn't include foundation work. So, it will go up, but at least it's a starting point. You can sort of use, and it'll be an agenda item on a future meeting, but you can use the specifications that are in that estimate to extrapolate what a higher cost might be.
So was that for the 24 by 24?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It was
but we're
50?
53,000.
That's what I thought.
That's following the footprint that's there.
No,
Or
that's
smaller.
not, that's a
This
much
is a
smaller
different- yeah.
footprint.
This was just a rough number.
Just to
that
give
was
us
out
just
a
to give
while
us like a
ago.
square footage price,
Yep.
basically.
I mean, I followed the motion from months ago. It
Yeah.
was
It's a long.
Right.
get a footprint, get an estimate for 24 by 24. So that's why I did that. But anyway, I'm preparing for the solar array ribbon cutting. That'll be on this Saturday, February 23rd at 12 to 2 p.m. We are preparing for a trio upgrade. I was working on the PACE ordinance, preparing for today's agenda. And then we had a couple office closures. Closed yesterday for President's Day, and the office was also closed on Wednesday, February 15th, due to that snowstorm. Office staff also working on agenda prep. Katie helped me out a lot while I was not in the office. Preparing the town report. Also, they're also helping out with prepping for the trio upgrade. Katie got a bunch of recycling updates on our website, and then Katie also attended a legislative updates and tips for preparing for a good audit. Public Works, plowing and truck maintenance, also fixing some washouts on Cape and Carter roads, as well as on the town driveway. And then truck one went up to Caldwell's for a repair to the leaf springs. Harbor Master has been out plowing and doing a lot of truck maintenance. I did sanding and painting the boat. He recovered a few sunken skiffs, met with Marine Patrol, and he spoke with the Army Corps of Engineers and the Department of Environmental Protection about the wharf reconstruction. And then over the next few weeks, I'll be finishing up the budget for presentation at the March 4th meeting. I'm going to begin the process of posting roads. Won't actually be posting them, but just getting the ball rolling on what we have to do in advance. We're continuing to get ready for those recycling changes effective on March 1st. I got that solar array ribbon cutting on Saturday. I'll be attending a League of Towns meeting on Tuesday. And whether I like it or not, the newly appointed secretary of the League of Towns. So
You missed the meeting?
I know, I was there.
You can volunteer.
Everybody has to step up at some point. And we'll also be having our workers' compensation audit next week to make sure that whenever we hire contractors, that they have workers' compensation coverage. If you ever hear frustration from any of our vendors that I'm always demanding certificates of insurance, I know I'm annoying, but it's because our insurance provider gets very upset with us if we don't do it, and it costs us money in the long run. So that audit will be occurring next week. That's all I got.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
I've been through that insurance. You had insurance audit.
Suggestions for the next meeting?
It's a pain.
Next meeting date.
Make a motion to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, March 4th at 6 p.m. at the town office.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, March 4th, 2019 at 6 p.m. at the town office. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor? We're done.
It's record time for a while.
Yeah, really.
It's been a while.
Do our best.
I sent Chris on vacation already.
Oh no, I've done that.
I'm writing fast, guys.
new jacket?
Okay. Does the information you sent me have
Barrel
where we need
night.
to direct a check?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Might be. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm tired.
We'll need.
I haven't eaten anything.
I eat up early.
Here, the dressings
Sand?
are good, so they should be
No,
fine.
Peter and I, Max, video and smell.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it in the first thing.
And whenever that check is ready.
It's a day trip, down and back, no overnight.
You can sign all these.
Everywhere it says to
Oh
sign.
my word. You didn't sign this one again.
Yeah. So we won't
Oh,
send it
you
out.
can't.
I'll give
Oh,
it to you.
okay.
No problem.
Yeah, no, that's.
Check. Yeah, we guess the check will be ready around
Give
noon.
it me as you go.
Yeah, I know, right?
They get faster.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sorry to make you jump through that hoop.
No, no.
We got one more Gable in to build and
Crossing,
she's on the
crossing
road.
T's, down the round right.
Yep.
I don't know. You know, it's a pretty good current front of my house down there.
Yeah.
So maybe there's more-
Mackenzie, your cursive looks the same as your print.
Yeah, I know, it's spotty, isn't it?
I didn't say that.
Kitty, did you get Jen?
I've actually gone across that one time.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying attention very long.
Yeah. You can like record stuff.
Do you want to take this with you? With you? Read, have some bedtime reading?
No.
I wake up 3 in the morning, there'd be something.
Yeah. Nine. 7. 91. 90.
Chris, do I need to write in everybody's names here? Or it's just-
I'm
it's
good.
all up there?
I'm out of here.
I think you have to write it. Isn't it printed underneath?
They're all printed and signed up here, but there's lines here. Do I need to rewrite their names? I've never done it before, but.
Yeah.
Doesn't get kicked back.
Exactly.
I'll leave that right there.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks, Zoe.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, no wonder why they had that open availability, somebody probably needs some.